We planned this trip for such a long time. So we set off at 3 a.m. in the morning. From Singapore, we drove to Rawang, which is in KL. Then we stayed there for a night. The next day, we drove to Perlis. The journey to Perlis was quite long because it was jammed in the beginning. And the next day, we went to Warung Tepi Sawah, which we found this place out in the internet. They sell a lot of food. The food that is very something different that we have yet to taste before. So it was kind of nice, and we overboard, and we couldn't finish the food at all. So after our breakfast, we went for a walk at the sawah padi, and the view was awesome. After which, we went to Wang Kalian. We drove to Wang Kalian. We were looking for the shop that sells insurance to enter Thailand. However, I think it's because it was on Sunday, the shop was closed. So we decided to stop by at the viewpoint, enjoy the view first before we make a U-turn to Padang Besar. So when we quickly bought a insurance and enter Thailand. So we drove all the way to Krabi. The journey was quite long. It's about more than 4 hours. So we arrived Krabi at about 7:06. And apparently our hotel do not have halal food, and so we walked out to the night market, which is quite close to our hotel. The next day, after breakfast, we decided to go to Emerald Pool. We turned back and drove about 45 minutes. Had our lunch first, which is way cheaper than in Krabi, and then go for the swim. We came here a few years back, like when the boys were just 3 to 4 years old. That was about 14 to 16 years ago, and everything was still the same, except that there are more tourists. The next day, we went island hopping. We hire a long tail boat just for us. It was really fun. The water is still as clear as before, but the only difference is that there are more tourists. We really enjoy the water, the swim. After which, we took a boat, went close to the cliff, and jumped in the water. We forgot to bring bread and decided to share our chips with the fishes, and they love it. There are a lot of seafood restaurants, so make sure you choose the right one. Thereafter we had their popular mango sticky rice dessert, and we went back to the night market and took back. The next day we decided to go kayaking at the canal. At first I thought this trip would be a boring one, but I was wrong. Nothing beats looking at nature, enjoying the nature. The water is crystal clear. You can see through what is underneath the canal. There is one point where we stopped for a while just to have a dip in, and the water is so refreshing and cooling. And the best part about this trip is that there isn't much tourists, so we had a good time on our own. We went back to the night market again for our dinner and had a great night walk along the streets of Krabi. There is so much to see, so much to enjoy. Next day we went to Songkhla. We stayed a night there. The food there is half the price of what we spent in Krabi, and it's also as good as in Krabi. The reason why we stopped in Songkhla is because our kids wants to go to the zoo. So this zoo is different because you can drive through. The show was great, but we didn't spend much time there as we were driving back to Malaysia on the same day. We drove back to Padang Besar Immigration Checkpoint. It was a slow traffic, and we made it back to Malaysia, and we drove all the way to Ipoh where we stayed for a night. We dropped by Gua for a cave exploration. It was interesting exploration. I mean that was my first time to see such a huge cave. There are so many steps which I am so unprepared for, and there are many levels. So each levels you can see different type of view of the cave. So it was really nice. And there's one level where there's a tunnel of wind, so we would just stand there and enjoy the wind. It was great. So we drove to to Malacca, where we stay for 2 nights just to shop and enjoy the good food. And then we drove